It's one of the biggest machines ever built by humans. Over 100,000 tons of steel, cargo, and raw power. But when this floating city stops in the middle of the ocean, what keeps it from drifting away? Most people think it's the anchor. Huge, heavy, digging deep into the seabed. But that's not the full story. Its reveal on ships this size, the anchor is just a trigger point. The real force comes from something far less dramatic. The chain. Hundreds of meters of solid steel. Each link weighs around 160 kilograms. And when you add it all up, the chain and anchor together can weigh over 243,000 kilograms. That's nearly as heavy as an entire commercial airplane ready for takeoff. And that enormous weight is what holds a massive ship still. Modern anchors, called stockless anchors, aren't designed to be just heavy. They're designed to grip. When they hit the seabed, their flukes dig in sideways, like claws gripping earth. But it only works if the surface allows it. On rock or seaweed, the anchor just slides. Sand? Decent, but not perfect. The best grip comes from sticky seabeds, mud or clay, where the anchor can dig in deep and stay locked. Still, the anchor's not the hero. It's the chain that does most of the work. One just as real magic begins. The catenary curve. When the anchor touches bottom, the crew doesn't stop there. They keep releasing hundreds of meters of chain until it forms a long, heavy curve lying flat on the seabed. That curve creates two powerful effects. It builds friction with the ocean floor, and it absorbs shock like a giant steel spring. When strong waves or wind push the ship, they first have to lift that heavy chain from the seabed. By the time the force reaches the anchor, it's reduced to a gentle pull. That curve, the catenary, is the real secret that keeps a 100,000-ton ship from moving an inch. When it's time to move again, the crew doesn't yank the anchor out. The ship slowly drives forward while the winch reels in the chain. Once the ship is directly above the anchor, the pull becomes vertical, and the anchor simply pops free. Even the way they measure the chain is brilliantly simple. Each section, called a shackle, is 27.5 meters long. Paint markings on the links show exactly how many shackles are out. No computers, just color codes and perfect timing. And then there's Hollywood. You've seen it. A giant warship drops anchor mid-chase and spins like it just hit the brakes. In reality, that anchor would either rip clean out of the seabed or the chain would snap in seconds. There's no drifting gracefully, just a few tons of metal scraping the ocean floor while the ship keeps going. So next time you see a massive cargo ship calmly resting at sea, remember, it's not the anchor holding it there. It's the invisible curve of steel hidden beneath the waves, a quiet masterpiece of physics, patience, and precision that keeps a 100,000-ton giant perfectly still in the middle of a restless ocean.